Hey guys, what's going on? Shark, we are back with a new video. We are back with the famous NHL bracket challenge. So as you guys can see here, sorry about my big dog icon. That's my Shark B logo, but yeah. So just disregard that for now. But yeah, so just disregard that for now. But we're gonna keep going. So obviously, I have a lot of leagues right now that I need to enter, but I need to create a bracket. So let me see how I create that. I hit play now. This is my NHL bracket. So first up in the first round, since I already have it entered into the spin wheel, we have the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Islanders. Now, this is also the first game one of the series, so that is also something to keep in mind. The first Did I just say the first game one of the series? The first game one of the playoffs. So that is something maybe to keep in mind. It is at 5 p.m. today by the time you guys are seeing this. So let's get into it. My prediction for this series is going to be the Islanders in 7 games. They have the momentum going for them. And Islanders got game one of these game 2 and 3, which unfortunately just did not allow me to count it. But we have the Islanders in game one. Will Carolina take game two? I think Carolina will rebound after this. I think the Islanders will have a 1-0 lead, but I think Carolina's smart enough to do it, and so does the spin wheel. We have a 1-1 series. That means game 5 will be forced in Carolina territory. Who's going to win the next game? And we have a 2-1 Hurricane series. I do think this can actually happen. I do think the Islanders could very well face elimination next game and come back. So I do see a 2-1 series happening, but the spin wheel sees that it's going to be in 6 games right now, and it will be a 2-2 series. I think it could very well be a 2-2 series. These teams went to game 6 last year. Don't forget that. They're a rematch of last year, and the Islanders have a 3-2 series lead. Will they be able to put the Carolina Hurricanes home back to Raleigh, or will the Islanders do, or will the Hurricanes tie it in Game 6 at UBS Arena? And the Islanders are too much for the Hurricanes in Game 6. The Hurricanes are, the Islanders are too much for the Hurricanes in Game 6, so the Hurricanes take it. This no, I don't want. I get rid of them. I want to clear my bracket. I made a mistake, so I don't need it to clear my bracket. Yes, I don't know that they're counting the number of games, but I have the Islanders taking this game. The Islanders beat the Capitals. The question the Islanders beat the Hurricanes. The question is, who else are they playing? Are they playing the Rangers or the Washington Capitals? In this one, I think the Rangers will steal it in 5 games. In my prediction, the Rangers are the President's Trophy, and I believe we got that wrong this year. Speaking of last year, that's another change. This year we're gonna do it round by round. I'm not gonna do it all at once. What I mean is I'm gonna be reacting to it as each round ends and each series, and I'll be going over everything. So the Capitals steal an upset in game one. I do see this happening. I do see a huge upset here. But I do think the Rangers are going to be too much for the captain, Charlie Lindgren and Alex Ovechkin. So I think it will be a game 5 or Rangers in 5. I do see that. But the Capitals have a 2-0 series lead. Because this be the game? Let's see. The Capitals have a 3-0 series lead. I do not see this happening. The Rangers being on the verge of elimination and coming back to tie it 3-3. I do not see this happening, and the Capitals have officially had a clean sweep over the New York Rangers. I do not see this happening whatsoever. I think the spin wheel has gone mad, but we will find out. So we have an Islanders Capitals all second round. Since I already have the Capitals typed in, I am just gonna do the Islanders round now. So I'm gonna write this down somewhere so that I know that the Capitals needed the number of games so that I can write that down again. So just give me a second. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Islanders and the Capitals actually right now. While I have that series entered in my system, I might as well just do it now because I have both entered. So with that, we're gonna spin the wheel now. Just to be clear, my prediction in if the Islanders and the Capitals indeed do face off, I'm gonna take the Islanders in 7 once again in this case, but with the Islanders and the Capitals facing off, who will win the spin wheel edition? Let us find out now. And the Capitals take game 1. Will this be another clean sweep, or will the Islanders be able to get revenge here? And the Islanders will also take game 2. So with the Islanders taking game 2, they will force a game 5. Will the Islanders or the Capitals, who will take game 3, and the Islanders will get a 2-1 lead over the Washington Capitals? Will the Islanders be able to win those 2 more games on the spin wheel to close it out in 5, or will it be too late for the Washington Capitals will win? And no, the Islanders will have a chance to close it out in 5. It is a 3-1 series lead for your New York Islanders and your Washington Capitals fan. You are on the verge of elimination. But what is this? We get a 3-2 series. Could we see a game 7 between these two? It is very likely that we do see a game 7. So let's find out here. Will we get a game 7 between these two? The answer is yes. Who's going to take it in a winner takes all game 7? Will it be the Islanders or the Capitals? It will be the new... Wait, what is this? And by the slightest of margins, your Washington Capitals are taking this lead. Game is 7. I do see that happening. Definitely. I think a winner takes all game 7 would suit the Caps. So with that, the Islanders are officially eliminated, and the Capitals have made it to the Eastern Conference Final. Time for the Boston-Toronto series. Boston last year, remember, got upset from Florida. Do you think they still remember that to try to get in revenge? And let's see, but first they gotta go past the difficult Toronto team who broke their struggle in getting past the first round last year. So let's see, here we go. Who takes game 1? And it is looking like the Toronto Maple Leafs have officially taken game 1. Let's see who's going to take game 2. Will Boston get revenge, or will Toronto keep up with their scoring records? And Boston Bruins tie up the series in Boston. Actually, I'm not sure if this game would be in Boston, but yeah, I would assume so. And the Boston Bruins have tied up the series 1-1. Let's see, will Boston win another game? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. It is 2-1 Boston. Will they be able to have the Leafs on the brink of elimination like they did in 2019, I believe? And yes, they will. It is 3-1 Boston. Will we see another comeback with the Caps versus the Islanders? Right now it is 3-1 Boston, and Toronto is gonna come back 3-2. Let's see if Toronto will force game 7 here. This could go either way. And it is gonna be a game 7 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. Who will win it all for all the marbles and going on to the second round and having a chance at competing for the Stanley Cup? It's going to be Toronto in 7. I do see that happening, guys. I actually do see that happening. They beat Tampa. I don't see them having the courage to beat Boston, but I see Boston going in 7, though, for sure. But spin wheel over me. Spin wheel has authority, so the spin wheel has chosen. Now we get the fun of the Battle of Florida, but instead of the Battle of Florida being in a second round matchup, it is in the first round. We have Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Florida Panthers. Florida, once again, remember, I just upset Boston last year. The President's Trophy curse continues. Do I think that will continue, by the way, for the Rangers? I never addressed that. I don't think so. So the Florida Panthers versus the, what was it, Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm just going to write TBL. Who is going to play the Lightning, the Toronto Maple Leafs after they upset the Boston Bruins in Game 7? Will it be another rematch of Tampa or Toronto or Florida Panthers? Toronto, Florida takes Game 1, now on to Game 2. Game 2 goes to the Florida Panthers, and I believe we have a 1-1 series tie. Just give me a second to sort this out. Yes, we have a 1-1 series tie going into Game 3. Who's going to take Game 3? It's going to be a close one, folks. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have gotten revenge. Yeah? Oh. Yes. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have taken Game 3 of this series. Who is going to take Game 4? Will Tampa Bay have the Toronto Maple Leafs on the verge of elimination? That is correct. Tampa Bay will have Toronto on the verge of elimination for Game 5 here. We set the stage. Will Tampa Bay take it, or will Florida close it in? Florida's gonna close it in here, and we have a 3-2 lead here. 3-2. Will Tampa choke this away? Let's see. Personally, I think Florida Panthers are gonna get the better of them, and here we go. 3-3 going into the next series. 3-3. Who is gonna take it going into Game 7? Is it gonna be Tampa Bay or Toronto here? And it is good, Tampa Bay or Florida. It is gonna be the Florida in 7. Florida in 7. I do see that happening. The Florida Panthers in Game 7. I actually could see that happening here. So we have officially finished this round. A good thing I have my games recorded. So we had Tampa and Florida in 7 games. And we had Toronto and Boston in 7 games. And we had the Rangers and Caps in 4 games. Sorry, we had Washington in 4. And we had the New York Islanders in 6. I don't like any of these first round predictions, but we will see what happens. I really don't like this, but hopefully it gets something. I say hopefully because I don't like this bracket at all this year. I mean, the only matchup I'm suited on is the Islanders and the Canes, possibly the Islanders winning it. I am also not offended by the Washington Capitals or Maple Leafs or Florida. Like, I like the team, just the number of games seems absolutely bad. But let me do our Toronto-Florida series matchup while we already have it printed anyway. So let me do the Toronto-Florida. Toronto versus Florida. I probably spelled Toronto wrong. It doesn't matter. Sorry, Toronto fans. The Toronto Maple Leafs take Game 1. Who is going to take Game 2? And the Florida Panthers take Game 2. It's a 1-1 series. And the Toronto Maple Leafs take Game 3. It's a 2-1 series. in Toronto, Maple Leafs take game 4, I believe it is. Yes, game 4 is a 3-1 series lead for Toronto. Will it become a 4-1 in game 5 elimination round, or will the Florida Panthers do what they do best? Nope, it will be a game 6 required 3-2 series for Toronto here. Will Toronto close it in game 6? Or will we see the choke of the century? No, Toronto will move on in 6. So your Eastern Conference will be determined right here. I have the Toronto Maple Leafs open. I might as well do this. So in Toronto versus the Capitals. Ooh, I don't think, by the way, I gave my prediction for what could actually happen with the last one. I'll get that in a rundown in another video. For right now, I'm just trying to submit the spin wheel video, and then I'll make my own bracket now as well. And I will go over that with you guys in another video later, probably later this week. So I'll go over that, but for now we're going to go over the spin wheel, and here we go. Toronto versus Washington. Remember, Toronto had one last game to play, and they beat Florida in 6 games, and Washington takes game 1. Who will take game 2? Will it be Toronto or Washington? Game 2 goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 2 goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that means they're tied at 1-1. Game 3 goes to the Washington Capitals. 2-1 Washington. Game 4 goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 3-2. 2-2. 2-2 series. 3-2 Toronto. Will Toronto close it out, or will Washington force game 7? Washington is no match for Toronto as they get destroyed as they go in 6 games. Oh, I am not liking this prediction so far at all. This bracket has Toronto winning, I believe, the Eastern Conference, which is not a good prediction whatsoever. I hate this prediction right now, but I do unfortunately have to go with the spin wheel here. I hate this. Let's go to LA versus Edmonton. These teams have battled for so long. Let's see who wins LA versus Edmonton here. This is getting interesting. I don't think this year's bracket is going to get a very high score, but let's find out. Edmonton takes game 1. Edmonton takes game 2. Edmonton takes game 3. Will it be a sweep for Edmonton this season? It will be a sweep in Edmonton. So Edmonton will take this series in 4 games. Nashville versus Vancouver. I think this will be a very close series, and I think Nashville will be out on the first round. I hate it for Nashville fans, especially after last year, but Vancouver, I think, just has a better chance. No offense to Nashville fans, but let's see. Nashville versus Vancouver is gonna go 1-0 Vancouver. 1-1 Nashville. 1-1 rather. 2-1 Nashville. 3-1 Nashville. An upset on the line here. And that is it. 4-1 Nashville. We have Colorado versus Winnipeg here. Who will win this? It's all up for debate. Let's find out on the Spin Wheel Bracket Challenger now. Let's see. I am going to do Edmonton, Nashville, though, while I have it, so it just makes sense to do it while I have both inserted right now. Oilers take game 1. Oilers take game 2. I'm not liking this bracket right now that the NHL Spin Wheel is creating. It's a 2-0 lead for Edmonton. I don't like this yet. But unfortunately, the Spin Wheel speaks for itself. So 2-1. Will Nashville tie it up? 3-1 Oilers. And that is it. Oilers in 5. Man, the Spin Wheel really likes the Oilers this game because now we have a Toronto Oilers? No, wait. It's not over yet. It's not over. Still have 2 more games to go here. Colorado, Winnipeg, Vegas, Dallas. Let's do Vegas. Alright, let's see. Vegas game 1. Dallas game 1. Game 2. 2-1. Vegas. 3-1 Vegas. And wow, the computer really likes 5 games. It's gonna be Vegas in 5 once again. Wow, the computer really likes 5 games, so Vegas moves on. Time for Winnipeg versus Colorado. I don't see any of these happening, by the way. So we'll see what happens with it. But I just be prepared for low points. But that doesn't matter. Winnipeg game 1. Winnipeg game 2. Colorado Game 3. Winnipeg 3-1 series lead in Game 4. Will the computer like 5 games once again and go with Winnipeg in 5? Oh, yes, it will. It really likes Winnipeg, and it is going Winnipeg in 5. I don't like that move whatsoever, but okay. The bracket, it wants to get greasy. Let it here. I don't mind it. I'm always down for good games. So we have Oilers with the sweep over LA, apparently. Nashville in 5 games over Vancouver. And we have Vegas in 5 and Winnipeg in 5. I hate these predictions, but according to the spin wheel, that's what it wants. And I don't control what the spin wheel wants. What the spin wheel wants is what goes. So, alright, we're getting down to our last battle, Vegas versus Winnipeg here. So we are getting down to our last battle here. Let's see it. Let's see it before we compete for the prize Stanley Cup in the 2024 Sharks B Annual Bracket Challenge. Spin Wheel Edition is back. I loved it for NASCAR, and I like it for this year. Then we are going to see Vegas is up 1-0 over Winnipeg right now, heading into Game 2. Winnipeg's going to tie it to 1-1. Winnipeg's going to take the 2-1 series lead. Winnipeg's going to take the 3-1 series lead. Will the computer go in Game 5 once again? I'm going to get ready to write my pencil down and no, finally the 5-game streak by the computer has ended. It's about time. We are going to a Game 6. And it is going to be Winnipeg. I'm just going to check just to double check that that doesn't result in a Game 7 here. So just give me a second to establish that. Yes, it's going to be Winnipeg in 6. So to battle for the Stanley Cup, we have Winnipeg versus the Edmonton Oilers. Who is going to take this game? Will it be Winnipeg or Edmonton? I don't see this happening in the first place, so I'm not going to place a prediction on it because I do not see this happening right now. One nothing Edmonton. One. 2-1 Edmonton. Just make sure this is accurate. Spelled Edmonton wrong. That's a job. Three 1 Edmonton. And 4-1 Edmonton. I do not see this happening, dude. Seriously. I do not see this happening. Let's see. Edmonton versus Toronto. Who takes it for all the glory of the Stanley Cup? Who will get to keep the cup and who will go home in disappointment in this best of 7 series here with your Toronto Maple Leafs and your Edmonton Oilers. Game 1 is underway here, and Toronto is going to take it. It is a 1-0 series lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Will Toronto break the curse and go to the Stanley Cup final for the first time in a while? The Edmonton will tie it. It is 1-1. Will Toronto go get back at it? And yes, Toronto will. It is 2-1 Toronto. Will Toronto try anything else, or will Toronto be able to get a 3-1 lead? And they will try something else, and it is 2-2. Going into Game 5 of the possible 2 last games of this series, Edmonton takes it with the 3-2 series lead. Going into Game 6 with Edmonton on the possibility of winning it in 6 games. But no, Toronto is going to send the Stanley Cup final to Game 7. And Edmonton will clinch it. I'm just going to go with 200. It's usually my standard question for this one. Submit. Mr. Card parameters. What's missing? What's it missed? I don't know what it missed. Okay, I already saved it, so we have chat. Alright, I'm gonna end this, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.